This right here is a really neat plant that I've been growing from a little cutting that has grown quite large. This is what's known as a Monstera siltepecana or a silver Monstera. Much like the other species of the Monstera genus, like Monstera deliciosa, Monstera peru. But what's cool about this one is that it has these silver-looking leaves that I'm not quite sure if you can see too well here inside this video, but I've always been a fan of this, and it's a rather fast grower. It starts off as a terrestrial plant, but really, in order to mature, it needs to climb. And I've had it climbing on the other side of my wall, but I want to give it a different space right now. And you'll notice that as it climbs up and gets larger, that each leaf just gets larger and larger from the smaller leaves to the larger leaves. And what's unique about this plant is that as it grows larger, its leaves change form and shape and just kind of the overall look. They'll develop fenestrations, much like the Monstera deliciosa does. So what I wanted to do was put this here because I felt like this would be a really good spot for it. This, like other Monsteras, in order to thrive and grow, needs about 60 to 90% humidity, quite a bit of humidity. But that's also how the Monstera deliciosa grows as well. They also like really bright indirect light, which over here it's going to be a little bit more challenging, but I also do have a light near here that is a grow light, so that will help it out. But I figured this might be a really good location for it just because it'll allow it to grow a little bit more. I've showed you guys these things before. I'm going to take this one off the wall and put a new one in. But these are, whoops, don't want that to snap at all. But these are some really cool little clips that I got off of Amazon. You can get them for like $10 for 50 of them, and they look like little leaves. They're really cute. And then you come with these adhesives on the side that allow you to kind of just stick them to your wall or any other surface. And for the most part, they do a pretty good job. Now, when I potted this cutting up, it actually had an aerial root on the side, and the aerial root grew into the soil, which I think also really helped it out a lot, which I'm grateful for because when you have aerial roots and they're growing onto something like a moss pole or a tree, especially in the wild. What's neat about that is that those aerial roots will stick into the side of the tree or the moss pole, and they will help make the leaves of the plant grow larger and stronger, which is exactly what we want, right? We want strong plants. Okay, so do that like that, and keep that there. Okay, cool. I like the way it looks.